Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Thursday is the 21st. Day after FOMC, day after NVIDIA earnings. I am down on the day, $187, unfortunately. So, why am I down today? I took 3 trades, 2 break-evens, 1 loss. The loss was not that big. I was able to get my stop up a little bit, which was good. But bias for the day, I am not gonna lie. I put range for bias for the day because I just could not figure out where price was going to go. I was looking at the 30-minute. I was looking at like the composite. Like, okay, where are we going? Like the 30-minute was looking bullish, right? Like this is looking pretty bullish. The 5-minute was also looking bullish. I usually do like the 5-minute and zoom out, you know. But we did just hit the top of this value area high. We broke back in with super high volume. The other thing that was making me think bearish was we have like the POC moving down from yesterday's session. So I was thinking bullish, bearish, and I was just like, honestly, once we like opened this and I saw what the volume was looking like, I was like, this is probably a range day. Because we opened and like the volume was just not there. Like this is the first 5-minute candle. This is tiny. So we opened and the volume was just not there. Yeah. So at this point, I was just like, okay, I just need to like wait and see what the market is going to give me. So obviously marking off the 5-minute range, we got some pretty great reactions off the 5-minute range today. Oh, and I also marked off this low volume node. So what I was thinking with this is if price gets into here, I actually thought we were just going to rip straight through it because we have already kind of reacted off of it. And I figured, you know, if we actually get up there, we might be more bullish. And then I think what else did I have marked off? I had this low marked off and this low marked off. So a couple pretty good areas here. And let's go fast here because I was just sitting here waiting. So yeah, volume is already like kind of low, like you can already see. But the first trade I took wasn't long. It was a pretty good trade. Just chopping in this range. I was waiting for obviously a break of this range or to at least react off, you know, the top or bottom. I didn't even use the CBD today, but we can throw it on. So there we go. So we get a breakout of this range. So what I was thinking here is number one, there is a very low volume area here. So the first trade I actually labeled this as a C setup because I knew that this was an area that could still get hit and we could still be bullish essentially, right? But what I did was I marked off this area instead, this low volume area below the value area low. And I think we also had, this low volume area. So this was also one I marked off. I didn't take a trade from here though because it was just a little bit too high for me, even though we did get absorption here. Decent absorption, but yeah, we do end up trading through this. And we traded into this area, and this is now we've actually hit value area low of this, right? We didn't earlier. We hit value area low of this, and this is where I take my first position. This thing moved. So this was a great break underneath, and then like break back above on this on the 5-minute. And so I can put my stop, right this low. Luckily, it's below the key level. And then what I did for a take profit, I actually just put it up here because I really thought we were just going to get a rip through this. I thought we were just going to rip and just not even retrace because we're above the range now. We tested the range. I thought we were going to go into expansion, possibly. Especially because there wasn't really any reversal signs here. Like if we'd broken back hard inside this range, then it would be a reversal. But anyway, I knew I stopped break even once we took this high, obviously, and then I ended up getting stopped at break even a little bit later here. Right there. So taking out a break even. So at this point, I was like, okay, if this long failed, like I don't really know if we're gonna be bullish anymore. And I was really looking to play the range bias at this point because especially on that candle, right? This is a good high volume candle. We broke back in. I had deleted this, and we get a really good short setup here. So here, this is looking really good. So I marked this off, and I was like, I don't think price is going to get up here, but if it does, this is a good short. Now it does end up getting up there. So unfortunately, for me, I probably could have gotten my entry a little bit earlier here. I'm not going to lie. I think that, yeah, I think if this is my one mistake today. I felt like it was entries. Like, my entries were not that good. This one was kind of high. This one was a little bit too low. This is unfortunate. So what happens here? So I went break even here right after we took this low, and I did get stopped at break even, and then it ran to my target. So took the low, we came back up. It was this way. Like, this was why. Actually, yeah, I didn't get my entry here. It must have been like here, because if this had, not stopped me at break even, this would have been a banger, like absolute banger. But unfortunately, another break even. So after this, let me just get rid of this one. I took another trade, and it was actually down here. So we had what do we have? This wasn't the greatest trade, but I think it was worth taking. So we had this low volume node I was looking at, and when I'm looking at this back, I'm like, actually, this is not really that high enough. But I did take this when we broke through this low. I was figuring we're probably gonna go take this low, and I did end up taking a position here when we broke back below the 5 minute. I have my stop above the low volume node here, and this was the trade. I mean, already looking at this trade back, it's like, okay, we didn't hit value very high. I think I did mark this as a C trade because it's just not that great. Like, this short was a lot better from up here, right? But either way, this does. I did end up moving my stop, not yet, I don't think. Yeah, so we got this move down, and I actually moved my stop like above here, because I already didn't like this. Like, I could have just moved my stop to break even, honestly, but yeah, I didn't like it, and I got stopped out there. And I figured, bring it back inside now, we're gonna be bullish again. Like, just a range day, classic range day. There was no like reversal like setup here, so honestly, this is probably just gonna be a deep retrace. But either way, that was the day for me. I took 3 trades. I actually think I traded pretty well for the most part. The only thing I messed up on was this entry, obviously, for this short, because this short was a banger. This short was absolutely a banger, and I thought this long was good too. Honestly, like, it was. Again, I also rated this as a C trade because this area, technically, we could have gotten down into it and still been bullish. The reason this short was better here was because there was really no area we could have, like, if price came back up here, we weren't going to be bearish. If price stopped me out here, the trade idea still could have been correct. But here, and obviously here, like, this is, where's my stop originally? It was right here. Yeah, right here, this is just too low, and probably should have just faded that. But either way, I mean, it's all right. I definitely managed my risk pretty well today, I think. So hopefully tomorrow I can get a big win to end the week. I'm pretty confident. Hopefully price will do something a little bit better than this, but we shall see. We shall see.